I hope you all are doing okay. I hope you are safe, healthy, whole, and I hope fortune continues to bless on you that way. Finally, I have leveled up a caster to 80, so I can do the Shadowbringers questline, the role quest. So we'll do that here. I know it's been quite a while since I've done, I think the last one I did was the White Mage. I know I could have leveled a Red Mage and probably got it done a lot faster, but I kind of wanted to get a feel for the casting DPS, like from the beginning. Long story short, if you're coming to me to learn how to be a Black Mage, don't. Don't. There are plenty of other good Black Mage videos out there on YouTube. You can check them out. You'll learn a heck of a lot more than me when it comes to casting. I am not a natural caster. But we are going to do this nonetheless. So we're going to go to down here. And yes, I know 5.3 is out. Trust me, I am really looking forward to it. I was thinking of doing it today, but it's a work night tonight, so I didn't want to pressure myself in case it ran long. So I will be doing that on Friday. Please look forward to it. So this is probably the one I need to do right here. And see, there's the MSQ right, beginning right there. In the name of the light. Let's see how it begins on Friday. I have a feeling I am going to get wrecked, and I am not ready for it. So let's see how this questline goes. Again, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm always butcher these names, but whatever. Follow pursuits. Let me guess, you're standing in front of Serig, bounty hunter, non-parial. Again, I butcher. Because you have a mind to aid me in felling the dread furnaces. Do I have the right of it, or do I have the right of it? Willing to throw caution to the wind and strike off to do battle with a nigh indomitable foe, hey? Well, I've got a feeling the two of us will get along just fine. What's an archer? Or bard. Allow me to elaborate. Phronesis isn't just your run-of-the-mill stray sin-eater. He's one of the nastiest the realm has ever seen, formed from the remains of one of those goddamn warriors of light. There are 4 of them, all told, crawled up from the bowels of the deepest hell after being buried for nigh on a century, if the tales are true. People have come to call them the cardinal virtues. Before he was transformed into a sin-eater, Phronesis was none other than Archmagus Nilbert, whose baleful magics were feared the realm over. Though it's only been a few short years since he first showed up in Amarang, he's already preyed on far too many innocents with his foul sorcery. Not keen on seeing their trade routes disrupted, The local merchants have placed a healthy bounty on his head. Of course, I'd like nothing more than to fell the fiend single-handed and claim the entire bounty for myself. Unfortunately, circumstances have dictated that I recruit a companion, and that's where you come in. Provided that you can prove to me you possess the rather specialized set of skills that I require, I promise I'll make it worth your while. Not a bad offer, wouldn't you say? If you fancy yourself up to the task, come find me in Amarang. I mean to set off for there shortly. Yes, I still need to do some of these quests here. So who is ready to be wrecked by Shadowbringers? I'm guessing if you're watching this, you probably are. And again, I know I said to some of y'all that I was probably going to do this on Twitch, but I'm trying it out on YouTube today. Oh, I know what the heck's. I was trying to run an A-rank train earlier, and that was the last location that was marked before I kind of gave up the train. There's a lot of people doing A-rank trains today, and it was very hard to teleport into the places in time to get a hit on the mark. Don't know if that was Malik Tender or the other one. So, you came. It's good to see someone who isn't all talk. As fortune would have it, another sin-eater, a far less imposing specimen than Phronesis, of course, has been sighted just to the west of here. Prove to me you have the skill to back up your words, and we'll talk further. So where is it? Oh, not far. My companion just in case. I don't think I'll need it for this one, but we'll see. The DPS on the damage output of Black Mage. Holy crap! I feel like Black Mage hit harder at 70 than my Bard did at 80. Honestly. Oops, wrong way. Forgot to grab something. Oh, he's right there. Good show, friend. I wasn't sure what to expect from you, but seeing you in battle has left me with little doubt. It seems I've found myself a formidable ally. And so I'll extend the offer in earnest. Help me hunt down Phronesis, and we'll split the bounty down the middle. Well, what did you say? That's the spirit. Now there's more you should know before we proceed. Come with me to Mordsuk, my base of operations, and I'll fill you in on the details. Whoops. Need to recalibrate my controller. Welcome to Mordsuk, friend. As you can see, it's a bustling trading post frequented by merchants from across the realm. At least it was before Phronesis showed up and started preying on unwitting travelers. Hence the bounty, you see. The lucrative reward has attracted the attention of one capable bounty hunter after the next, yet the fiend still roams free. You can probably imagine why. Those few who have seen Phronesis and return to tell the tale speak of the great horrors they witnessed. Cavernous black holes materializing out of thin air, swallowing everything around them into the abyss. People have taken to calling them the Hollows. Rumor has it that one barely has time to lay eyes upon Phronesis before he summons forth the Hollows, which proceed to consume everything in sight. And I do mean everything. Just the other day, an entire caravan was devoured by the Hollows, leaving only nothingness behind. Mages have postulated that these holes are literally tears in the fabric of our reality, gateways to other worlds. To put it another way. At any rate, suffice to say that the next man to come back from the void will be the first. Damn. There's something odd about it all. Witnesses say that Phronesis doesn't seem to go out of his way to prey on people or settlements. He simply shambles across the waste, summoning hollows one after the next, and the destruction follows as a matter of course. Needless to say, drawing too near to the fiend is tantamount to suicide. Even attacks from afar have been all but futile, as Phronesis simply summons the hollows to consume every incoming arrow. With every conceivable means of attack foiled, even the most savvy bounty hunters have all but thrown up their hands, even though the bounty now stands at some 9 or 10-fold the original amount. I'm of a different mind, however. The way I see it, if only there were a way to neutralize the Hollows, we'd more than stand a chance against Phronesis himself. That's why I require your services. Easy triumph over the Sin Eater spoke clear. You're a mage of no common skill. If anyone has the arcane knowledge and aptitude to help me figure out a way to defend against the Hollows, it's you. We'll just go with the storyline instead of gameplay. Don't worry, I fully intend to shoulder my share of the burden, and so I plan to gather all the information we need before asking you to put yourself in harm's way. And with that, I'd best get to work. Once I've formulated a proper plan of attack, we'll talk again. Until then, I suggest you continue to hone your casting skills. The battle that awaits us will not be an easy one. In just a second, I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So I had to get something cool to drink because it is hot as hell. Ready for it to start cooling down. A voice from the void. Sarek is made of breakthrough of sorts. Or it could be Carrig. Ah, there you are, and your timing couldn't be better. As luck would have it, a little bird told me that Phronesis was sighted in the vicinity not long ago. Don't you worry, I have no intention of rushing in like a fool. My plan is to shadow the Sin Eater from afar, that we might observe the hollows with our own eyes and formulate a suitable plan of attack. To that end, I procured this mannequin here from a merchant acquaintance of mine at the Crystarium. By setting it on Phronesis' trail, I mean to gauge just how wide of a berth we must keep from the fiend so as not to be sucked up into the void. Shed no tears for the little fellow, friend. His sacrifice will be the key to our success. And yet, as you can see, he's not quite in the best state of repair. Pray lend me a hand in procuring what we need to get him back on his feet. Our lifesaver, friend. I just spotted nasty-looking sandskin Sibylle lurking about to the east of here, and I do believe one of their tendons should serve it well to put some spring back into that little fellow's step. Snag one for me, and I'll see to the repairs. Alright, away we go. I love the music here, but then again, I think I've probably said that every time I've streamed. See, like I said, I'm not a good... black mage whatsoever. On this. I do want to do it now, but yeah. Maybe let some of y'all get through it first. Just don't spoil me, please. Where's he at? Go. Any luck finding that tendon? For my part, I've acquired something that should serve as a makeshift gear. Cost me an arm and a leg, but hey, if it helps claim that bounty in the end, it'll be more than worth it. Perfect. Yes, I reckon this is durable and elastic enough to replace the mannequin's snapped drive belt. I'll fetch my toolbox and get started straight away. In the meantime, why don't you scout us out a suitable lookout point? Phronesis was last sighted just southeast of town. I'll try to find us a spot on higher ground, out of sight from the main thoroughfare. Oh, where have I seen a mannequin like that before? Oh there, friend. As you can see, our clockwork friend is back up in tip-top shape. And since it appears you found us a perfect lookout spot, why don't we get down to work? I'll kindle us a fire. We might be here for a while. Well, I'll be. There's the bastard. Look closely now, and hold your gaze. You must witness the sheer horror with your own two eyes. Oh, Lord. No, you mustn't send out the mannequin too soon. If Fronis sees it, he may very well blast it to bits before it has a chance to investigate the hollows. There he goes. I'll send the mannequin in to trail him. Let's sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, goodness. Like a black hole, alright. Just as I expected, gone without a trace. Shed no tears for our little friend. Through his sacrifice, we now know just how much distance we must keep from the hollows to avoid being sucked into the void. Now it's our turn. Let's edge a bit closer and see what we can observe. Mind you, take care not to wander too close, lest you fancy a vacation to a dark, shadowy abyss. Well, that sounds delightful. It's as if a shadowy whirlwind rages inside, ready to suck anything and everything into the void. I've seen many a horrific sight in my day, but this sends a shiver up the spine. Oh crap. The boy's voice. It's so dark in here. So there's somebody trapped in there. Oh, the Warrior of Light can hear it, but not him. Voice, you say? From inside the hollow? But that's impossible. Is anyone out there? Please, help me. Help me get out of here. Is that a voice? Is someone out there? If you can hear me, please, you must help me. I can't see anything. No road, no trees, not even an ether current to follow. Which way do I go? How do I get out of this place? Its voice. What in the God's name is it saying? Voice of a boy, you say? Claims he's lost inside, with no ether current to follow. Sounds like he's adrift in the flow, not unlike what would happen if an etherite to which one was teleporting was destroyed mid-journey. your ether into the void. Might that not allow your etheric form to serve as a beacon of sorts to guide the child back to us? Of course, not that I know how we'd go about it. You reckon you could do just that? I won't even think of asking how. Do your damnedest. Wicked White! I knew you were no ordinary sinner, but even still you find ways to surprise me. Oh wow. Where am I? Oh, he passed out. Well, I'll be damned. There was a child inside. Our little expedition has left us with more questions than answers, eh? But for now, this boy needs our care. Let's carry him back to Mortsuk and find him a warm bed and some nourishment. Is that a boy trapped in there, or is that what's that bait? Y'all don't drink Mountain Dew, it's bad for you. Oh, by the way, how are y'all enjoying flight in the Realm Reborn areas now? Pretty neat, isn't it? The boy's resting now. He is weak, but not wounded, at least as far as I can tell. Needless to say, his presence raises questions. Are there others trapped on the other side of the hollows? If so, might they also be returned to our world alive? There is much we must ask him when he awakes. On another subject, this might be an odd question, but have you ever looked after a child before? As a matter of fact... Oh, you don't say? Well, in that case, he's all yours. I'm jesting, Fred. Can't very well tie you down here forever. Well, worry not, I'll manage somehow. I suppose the first order of the day should be to get some food in his belly. He does look terribly pale, after all. Methinks I'll go hunting for some meat. No, perhaps I should take him to a physician first. After all, he may be suffering from some ailment inscrutable to the eye. Or maybe I should... Damn it all, I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Echoes of the past. Ah, there you are. You'll be happy to know that the boy is awake and seems to be no worse for the wear. Physically speaking, at least. There's just one rub, you see. He has no recollection of where he came from or just how he managed to get swallowed up into the void. In fact, other than his own name, Tainer, can't remember much of anything at all. He seems a good lad, mind you. Eats my half-hour's cooking with a smile and nary a word of complaint. Yet I reckon he's hurting inside, and badly. We must reunite him with his parents with all due speed. I suggested that he go for a stroll around Mortsuk in the hopes that the sights might help to jog his memories. He can't have wandered far. Why don't you go check up on him? not tell me. You're the one who rescued me from the flow, yes? I feel from you the same warmth that reached out to me when I was adrift in the ether. Well, I'll be damned. The boy's a sharp one. That's not the least of it. The carer who examined him said they could feel a great power welling up from within him. Despite his young age, Tainer here seems to possess a remarkable command of the magical arts. Perhaps I do, yet I cannot say. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of who I am or where I came from. Only the darkness. No need for apologies, boy. You did well just to make it back to us. Speaking of which, can you remember anything at all of what you felt when you were adrift in the void? That I remember, or at least I think I do. I recall a vague sensation of someone passing alongside me. Indeed, I believe this is what roused me from my slumber. If the hollows truly are a gate between worlds, that would mean that someone recently traveled from ours to another. Or from another to ours. But that's not possible. Or is it? You'd be surprised. You know something I don't, friend? Worry not. I won't pry for details. Ah well, no sense racking our brains over matters beyond our comprehension. Let's concentrate on what we can do, namely finding the boy here a home. No doubt his memories will come back to him in due time. You'd truly do that? For me? But the two of you have already saved my life. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. Ha! It's no burden at all. Besides, if we can figure out just who you are and where you came from, it just might lead us to the answers we seek. Now, let's consider the options. One possibility is that you're an orphan, all alone in this world, with not a soul to care or look for or look after you. And yet, this seems unlikely. Yes, the mystical powers you possess say otherwise. If you are truly as skilled in magic as they say, then it stands to reason that someone trained you in the art. Who this master of yours is, and whether you are of their blood or simply receive their tutelage, this I cannot say. But either way, I'm certain they're worried sick about you. If that truly is so, I would very much like to meet this person too. That settles it then. Let's get down to business. I took the liberty of inquiring around more description. Let us have a talk with him and see if he's heard any helpful. Rumors of a missing boy, you say? Funny that you ask. It's a long shot, I reckon, but I overheard something the other day that might be of use. On my way to Mordsuk, I stopped over at the inn at the journey's head. There I met an ailing mage. As the carers told it, he'd been ambushed by a sin-eater and was separated from his child in the battle. Bloody hells, could it be? If the sin-eater that attacked the poor man was Phronesis, that would explain everything. This man you speak of, he could be my father? We must go to him at once. Agreed. I only hope that the man is... No, there's no point in presuming the worst. Let us make for the inn and see what the carers there can tell us. concerned care. Oh there, I hear there's a mage in your care who's lost his boy. Well, I do believe we have him right here. I fear there must be some mistake. The boy in question has already been found. This is him, right here. He looks awfully a lot like the Tainer. What? So, was it my father after all? The boy with you, he too has been separated from his family? Just so. We heard that a man here was looking for a son, and we just hoped. Alas, it seems it wasn't meant to be. But there are many people here, yes? Might I ask around and see if any of the others are my family? But of course, yet many of the people here are quite ill and in many cases in considerable pain. It's not a place for a young child to walk around unattended. Indeed it's not. Guess that means either myself or Lorraine here should accompany him. I'll go with him. The walk might help me or take my mind off things. Not a bad idea. If the lad doesn't mind, I reckon Tainer would rather be with someone of his own age. Take his mind off things. Speaking of which, how is the boy's father holding up? I fear the poor man has already departed on his journey. He is a man no longer. The child insisted upon staying by his father's side until the last. I permitted this out of respect for him, though part of me regrets the choice. None so young should suffer such horrors. It was some small solace to learn that he has living relatives who reside at the Crystarium. In fact, I was just making preparations to escort him there myself. I see. Reckon we should also find someone to look after Tainer as well. Don't get me wrong, friend. I haven't given up on the prospect of finding the boy's family, but we have no other leads, and a deadly sin eater is still on the loose. If the lad tags along with us every step of the way, he's far more likely to end up dead or worse than to ever reunite with his family. Got a point there. Here's what I propose. We find someone to watch after Tainer for the time being, get back on the hunt, and gather whatever clues we can about his origins along the way. I mean, he's right. He's right. I mean, that's a very level-headed way of looking about it. Very well, but we must see that he is safe. Aye, that goes without saying. Let us have a talk with the proprietor of the Wandering Stairs. He's a kindly enough chap and knows damn near everyone in these parts. With any luck, he'll be able to direct us to a willing and able guardian. Look, I don't like this any more than you do, but it's the best we can do for the boy given our circumstances. At any rate, let's find him and share the news. Don't worry, It's my decision, and I intend to take responsibility for it. Bad news, friend. It seems the two young ones got into a quarrel of sorts, and Tanner's up and run away. Seems the lad mentioned how to come out from one of the hollows. The other boy put two and two together and figured he'd been attacked by a sin eater. Then I said, my dad was attacked by a sin eater, and then he turned into one himself. So I asked, what if you turn into a sin eater too? Tanner's face went all white. He kept saying, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" over and over and over again. I just couldn't take it anymore. Before I knew it, I was shouting at him, "Shut up! Just shut up! I bet you're turning into a sin eater already!" Why did I have to say such a mean... Why did I say such a mean and nasty thing? Don't be so hard on yourself, lad. Both of you have had a rough go of it these past few days. Nobody could blame either one of you for feeling a bit on edge. But we must hurry and find Tanner before he comes to harm. Let's split up. I'll search to the west and you take the east. And be careful out there. Uh-oh. When I heard the clamor of battle, I feared the worst, but I see you have everything under control. Are you okay, lad? Forgive me. I don't deserve this kindness. I was just so scared. I was worried about what would come of me if I never recovered my memories. And then I started thinking, what if I ended up like that boy's father? What if it's already happening to me? It's one matter you needn't worry yourself with. The carer who examined you told me as much. You suffered no direct wounds. You're in no more danger of turning into a sin eater than Lorraine or me. Is that so? That's good to hear. But I must apologize to that boy. I should have known better than to badger him about such things, especially after what happened to his father. Hmm? Aww. Funny thing that. He was saying the same thing about you. You both have good hearts, lad. And you've been through more than any man should. There's no need to be ashamed about your feelings. Damn right. There is still so much I do not understand about this world. Why does no one here know of me? Am I doomed to be alone for the rest of my days? Why must it be this way? If only I could remember something, anything. I'm sick of not knowing who I am. I'm sick of being alone. What if he's not of this world? Maybe he is. Now it's your turn, Tainer, and do not be disheartened by your last attempt. Even the greatest of mages have known failure. Your command of magic is the equal of my own. If I can succeed, there is no reason why you cannot. Free your mind of worry and focus. Thank you, Nilebert. I shall try my best. He was under the he was a student along with Nilebert. So he's from 100 years or more in their in Northrend's past. No wonder why nobody here remembers him. Damn. And that's why Phronesis is summoning those voids. Look at White. Are you alright, Lorraine? I remember now. I was standing here on these blighted plains, my head hung low in shame. Then Nilebert turned to me with a smile and heartening words. Nilebert. Why does the name sound so familiar? I reckon we've much to discuss, but not in this godforsaken place. Let's head back to the inn and see if we can get to the bottom of this. He's from 100 years in the past. Somehow Nilebert or Phronesis trapped him in that void. So he's from probably probably before the flood. Well before the flood, because it looked like that was a young Nilebert there too. Definitely not nearly as tall. Tainer, are you alright? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said those nasty things. Forgive me for reacting as I did. I'm fine. In fact, I've seemed to have recovered some of my memories. Really? It's wonderful. Maybe you won't feel so scared and alone anymore. I'm leaving to go live in the Crystarium with my relatives. Promise me you'll come visit. I mean, after you get your memories back and all, of course. It's a promise. Until next time, my friend. Or Tainer. So much has happened that he is missed out on. I knew that you two would work things out. Now, let us return to Mortsuk. We have more than our share of questions that need answering. As I saw it, first you fainted all of a sudden. When you came to, a portion of Tainer's memories had returned. What in the world happened out there? It's called the Echo. The powers look into the past, huh? And you're certain that what Lorraine described matches up with your recollection of the past? I don't know how to break this to you, but your friend Nilibert that was with you that day, he's no ordinary boy. He's none other than the very man who became Phronesis, one of those God's damned warriors of light. If he is just a young child in your memories, that means that what you saw took place over 100 years ago. Would that it were just a coincidence, another boy with the same name. But no, judging from the formidable command of magic, we can only assume it was him. On the way back, I managed to recall some more about Nilibert and myself. We were taken in by a group of mages, a consortium of sorts. They were searching for a means to open a hole to another world, and were recruiting young children with high magical aptitude for the task. Nilibert and myself were the two they chose. You can't be serious! And yet, that would explain the Incinerator's ability to summon those damned hollows. Exactly. And if you possess the same knowledge and training as Nilibert did, I could also explain why you were able to... It could also explain why you were able to survive in there all that time. But what I don't understand is, why haven't you aged at all? I cannot say for sure. Yet my memories, they're slowly coming back to me. In time, I may be able to help you find a way to close the hollows. Be a lifesaver if you could, but don't overburden yourself. You're still recovering after all. In the meantime, don't worry. Lorraine and I will see that you're safe. Lorraine's like, what? I thought Tainer was just a victim of the Sin Eater. To think he was actually friends with the man himself? Or back when he was still a man. This can't be simple coincidence. Yet I'm convinced of it now. The child holds a key to defeating Phronesis. We must keep him safe and not let him out of our sights. Okay, fair enough. Besides, look at how hard he's trying to recover his memories. I'm not so heartless as to kick the poor lad aside before he's figured matters out. But we can't very well rush things. You and I will continue to prepare for the battle ahead, while waiting for the rest of Tainer's memories to come back to him. That is to say, if it's alright with you, lad. I'm so sorry. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. Look, lad, I've only known you a short while, but I can tell you have a good heart and a good head on your shoulders. I can only begin to imagine the horrors you've been through, not to mention the fears and uncertainty you face even now. But I want you to promise me this, no more apologies. You're no burden to us, not in the least. You're a valuable member of our band, and as long as you're willing, I want you with us. Isn't that right, Lorene? I see. Thank you, Sarek. Thank you, Lorene. I will aid your quest in whatever way I can. Now, that's more like it. We're counting on you, lad. Oops, sorry. Looking up tutorials. Nilebert's Lament. Sarek has good tidings he would share with you. Good news, friend. Daniel here has told me that his memories are certain to come back to him. There's one recollection in particular he says he's eager to discuss with the two of us. Tell us, lad. What is it? As time goes by, my memories of my earlier days return to me piece by piece. Albert and I were born to members of a great consortium of mages. From our earliest years, we were tutored in the magical arts by some of the realm's greatest scholars. The consortium's leader sought to find a way to open a hole in time and space, a portal to other worlds from which they would summon forth beasts of great power. Albert and I were chosen to participate in the research. Summoning great beasts from beyond our world? You're a mage, Lorene. Is that even possible? Yes. Void Scent. Void Scent? Never heard of them, but I'll take that answer as a yes. Mages come up with the damnedest ideas, eh? And yet, I don't understand. Why ever would they use two young boys for such a dangerous experiment? The beasts our master sought to summon reside in the planes most distant from our own. Reaching across a great distance requires a tremendous store of innate ethereal power. And so our master set out to breed the perfect mage. Marriages were arranged to wed the mightiest members of the consortium to one another, in hopes that they would bring forth children of theretofore unheard of magical aptitude. Finally, they succeeded. And so you were born. And Nilebert. Indeed, from even before we could speak, we were taught the complex incantations required to breach the boundaries between worlds. We practiced these spells day after day, night after night for what seemed an eternity. At long last, we were deemed ready to attempt the summoning. Sadly, the experiment ended in failure. The pull from beyond the rift was too strong to resist, and I was sucked into a hollow of my own creation. There I remained trapped, alone in a drift in that empty void, until Lorene called me back to this world. Alas, over a century had passed since that fateful day. That's the one thing I still don't understand. If so many years have truly passed, why is it that you have not aged even a whit? I cannot say for certain, but I remember the words of one of my teachers. The words of one of my teachers. The rift is not unlike a border between countless worlds, a place that exists beyond time and space. If it is true that the rift exists outside of our concept of time, then it is all too possible that even the seconds spent in the empty pocket could correspond to months, years, or decades in our world. And so you've returned to us just as you were that day, even while over a century has passed for the rest of us. But why didn't Nilebert save you? Shouldn't it have been as simple as opening up another portal to the void where you were trapped? I fear that would be close to impossible. Opening the portal and reaching as far into the rift as we did required all of our energies to be focused in unison. So in losing you, not only did Nilebert lose his friend, he lost his only chance at saving you. Talk about being dealt a rough hand. Fear not, I have good news to share as well. I do believe I've managed to recall the incantations needed to summon and manipulate the hollows. Summoning beasts from beyond the rift is far beyond my powers, but I just might be able to seal up the hollows for Nisus that so enjoys summoning. What say you, friends? Shall I give it a try? Oh, now that is music to my ears! But let's not be too hasty. After all, the last time you tried to use this magic there were some complications, to say the least. Yes, we must take the necessary precautions before confronting Phronesis in earnest. Let us meet outside the village, where Tainer can test out his magic safe from harm. So I wonder if that's what Phronesis is trying to do, is trying to amble around and just save Tainer. Or at least that's probably what his... Whoops! Going the wrong way again. I need to take that flag off. Calls. Commence battle for Nilebert's Lament. Level sync is in effect. If you're above the maximum amount level, it will be synced as follows. 76. Is this where we fight as Nilebert? Wicked White! You did it, lad! Sadly, I have not the strength to reach further beyond, nor keep the portal open for more than a few moments. No, I will need further training before I can face... Uh-oh. Phronesis, where the hell did that bastard come from? Uh-oh. Damn it all, I'm too close. I feel it pulling me in. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Run! Run! No, Nilebert! These are my friends! You mustn't hurt them! Oh! That was just enough to break it up a little bit. Uh-oh. Another one. This isn't good. The cave-in's completely sealed off the tunnel behind us. We've no recourse but to press on without our companions. There's our bird. You heard her. What'll it be? There's Nilebert. I suppose it falls to us to slay the beast and collect the bounty. Perhaps you and your band would care to take the lead? Ha, spare me your japes. You've no intention of giving up your prize. Mind you, I too made a promise to my companions, a promise I mean to keep. Hard word. Silva. I told you that splitting up was a bad idea. If Brandon and Renda Ray were here, the second-rate spellcaster would be no match for us. Now, Silva, let us not forget who our true foe is here. Damn it, the meat. You're certain that if we slay this monstrosity, the cave-ins will cease? According to the miners, the beast was first sighted on the same day the tremors began. Its very presence sucking the mountain dry of its ether. We dwarves know these caves as well as we know our own bodies. Trust me. I suppose we'd best make short work of it before everything comes crashing down. Hey, where do you think you're going? My apologies. I took your ceaseless prattling as an invitation to proceed on my own. Think yourself clever, do you? With uncommon confidence to think you can fell the beast without aid. Answer me this. Why is it you're so intent on claiming the bounty for your own? The bounty? Why, indeed. At any rate, unless you've a mind to stand out around here until we all get crushed, we'd best be moving on, yes? Finally, something we can agree on. And so I have a proposal. Let's say we band together until our battle here is won. Tremors go stronger. No doubt a cave-in is imminent. Let us vanquish the enemy with our combined strength and quit this place before it becomes our tomb. Until the battle is won. Until the battle is won, then. After that, I go my own way. Still need to know more about Silva. Yep, this is Nilbert's thing. Good thing I've been kind of... I've been practicing my black mage, so this will be a little bit comfortable. See, we're not the only ones stuck in here, eh? I have a bad feeling about this. Since it leads deeper within. Really should have asked for a map. Oh, that's you. Ah, bird. Appreciate the assist. So think you could have managed on your own. Mage? Perhaps it would have been more of a struggle than I. Oh, here's the big boss. That's him. He's the one who drinks of the mind's ether. Alright, let's put this oversized bull out to pasture. Magics are yours for now. paladin. Another paladin. Got him. Not bad for my first try. Glad Black Mage is still so fresh in my mind. Done it. Now to find ourselves a way out. Tremors continue, but why? The fiend has been vanquished and is safe to return to the mountain. You were wrong. No, it was not the creature itself that was causing the quakes. Uh-oh. Ah yes, the crystal courses with nigh inconceivable power. A vast wellspring of ether accumulated over the ages. Yes, the beast was but a hungry creature, drawn here by the stone. As was I. I had no interest in the bounty all along. The stone has been left unchecked for too long. The sheer volume of ether it houses now is so vast and overwhelming it threatens to bring the entire mountain down. For how many years have I searched for it? This precious relic that could afford me the power needed to save my friend. Oh no, he's gonna have to make a choice, isn't he? You mean to take the stone from this place? But then what would happen to the mountain? Exactly. If the ether is not returned to the earth, it is but a matter of time until the mine collapses. The miners, those who live at the foot of the mountain, countless lives would be lost. Ah, damn, you've got a no-win situation. There's no time. What can we do? Nilebert. Wait, he's wanting to save Tainer, isn't he? He's wanting to save Tainer. I bet you that's what it is. Yes, I was right. Tainer, my friend. Oh. Damn it. Damn it all! The tremors have stopped. Tainer, pray forgive me. I promise you this, as long as I walk this earth, I shall never, never give up hope. That's why. Stone was yours to do with as you pleased, and so you chose the fate of many over that of your friend. In return for your sacrifice. Come with us, and let us join you in your search for a means to save your comrade. The life of an adventurer isn't an easy one, but I dare say you strike me as a sort who just might enjoy it. Aww. So what say you? Travel the realm together and lend our strength to whatever unfortunate souls we encounter along the way. And who knows, before you know it, we might just stumble upon a way to rescue your Tainer. Bert! I like that very much. Tainer, forgive me. I may have failed you today, but mark my words. For as long as I walk this land, I will not abandon hope. I will find a way to bring you back to us. But today I find myself in the company of new companions, and for now I must lend them my strength, just as they lent theirs to me. And she's awake. Marine, are you alright? Worry not, Phronesis is long gone. I launched a few arrows in its direction while it was distracted by Tainer's spell, and it just stole away. Anyhow, I'm just glad you're awake and on your feet again. Come now, let's hurry back to Morsuit before the bastard has a change of heart and comes back for us. You really gave us a scare back there, clutching your head in pain with the deadly Sin Eater in plain sight. Let me guess, you had another one of your visions, didn't you? Why, take me. So that's how Nilebert and Ardbert met up. Just goes to show you that in times of crisis, even the bitterest of rivals can turn fast friends. Now let's see if I have this straight. Nilebert made it his life's mission to save Tainer here. Knowing that his own energies wouldn't suffice, he went in search of a relic that could afford him the etheric power needed to reach beyond this world. And deep in the mines that day, he found it. Yet in the end, he decided to sacrifice the stone and his own cause to save the lives of the countless innocents who called the mountain home. And so did he take his first step down the path of a hero, a warrior of light. Come on. That's why he came back to this place. Why he still summons the Hollows as he did so many years ago. Aye, there can be no doubting it. Even now that he's become a Sin-Eater, bereft of memory, reason, and any sense of his own actions, the ghastly shell of what was once Nilebert still haunts the wastelands, searching for a way to bring back his old friend. Only knew him as a child. The whole idea of Sin-Eaters and Warriors of Light, it was all so new to me. Even as the pieces came together, I could not truly believe that Nilebert and his phronesis were one and the same. When our gazes first met, standing out there in the waste, in an instant I knew it without question. This was my friend, a friend who had been searching for me all these years. At last, I know what I must do. I must stop phronesis, that my dear friend may finally find peace. That is such a beautiful shot right there of this backdrop. Together, we can do this. Thank you, my friends. In the battle, I was able to push Phronesis' hollow away from Sereg, if only for a short distance. With more training, I'm certain I can learn to close them up entirely. After all we've already seen from you, I have no reason to doubt you. If you're game, so are we. Finally, some cause of hope, eh? But still, we must exercise caution. The last time the boy worked his magic, our foe showed up faster than you could save Phronesis. While this might be simple coincidence, the likelihood is high that the casting of the spell itself summoned the Sin-Eater to us. You'd best avoid casting any similar incantations till we're prepared for the final confrontation. I want you to stay close for now. Devote yourself to your studies, and hone your skills to whatever degree you can in the safety of the village. In the meantime, Lorene and I will redouble our training efforts as well. Should we succeed in finding a way to counteract the Hollows, it will come down to our firepower versus our foes. We must be at full strength for the battle, lest we allow victory to slip between our fingers. Sereg is concerned about the progress of Tainer's training. That look in your eyes. Yes, I can see that you've gained much strength since we last met. You'll be pleased to hear that Tainer has managed to make steady progress in his training as well. The boy believes he has regained much of the knowledge and skill he possessed before getting sucked into that pocket of time and space. An admirable feat, considering that it was not long ago that he could scarcely remember his own name. And yet, there is one aspect of his training that is yet to be addressed. Put simply, the boy lacks experience in battle. To work the magic necessary to seal up the Hollows, I must maintain perfect focus and clarity of mind. The Battle of Phronesis is my first. I fear my concentration will be disrupted all too easily. Very perceptive. And so I thought I'd take the boy out to the wilds, that he might acclimate himself to the battlefield and further hone his command of magic in the process. And yet, we must keep a wide berth of Amarang. Were we to encounter Phronesis before we were fully prepared, the results could be disastrous. And so I propose that we go on an excursion of sorts. Would you be willing to accompany us? I believe there is much the boy can learn from your example. Excellent! And let us make for Lakeland. The beasts in the forest of the Lost Shepherd could provide a fair challenge for the lad. So beautiful, the heat wave little part here. So just got that ambience to it. And there I go, following the flag again. Oh yeah, we're going to Lakeland. Sorry, I've got these allergies. Ah, there she is. Now, shall we get down to... something the matter? How do you like my new clothes, Lorraine? Not only are they stylish, why, I can just feel the power welling up from deep within me. They were a present from Sarek. Isn't he the best? It was a simple investment, nothing more. We must seize every possible advantage if we hope to triumph over our foe. But enough idle chit-chat. We have work to do. Lorraine, I would ask you to begin by setting an example for the boy, showing him precisely how you conduct yourself in battle. We can't very well just toss him into the Wolverines all on his own now, can we? So why don't you get out there and hunt one down for us? Tainer, watch carefully and let Lorraine show you how it's done. Cast off! was incredible. The sheer destructive power of your spells, the way you seamlessly weaved one incantation after the next, everything. But tell me, what would you say is the most important thing a mage should keep in mind when doing battle with a fearsome foe? Meta-wise, it probably in proper sequence is the best thing. So I'll just say that. Casting your spells in proper sequence is the key. But don't come to me for an example. But of course. Thank you, Lorraine. I will endeavor to put everything I have learned from you into practice. Well, here goes nothing. Curses! Just stay still so I can hit you already! Oh lord. Excuse me. In just a second, I'll be right back. You're not supposed to hit it with your stick there, Tainer. Steady now. Don't let the enemy fluster you. Keep your focus. Right, focus. You're a feisty one, aren't you? Oh, it's smart! I've seen enough of this. Dear, didn't go nearly as well as I'd hoped. Don't get so down on yourself, lad. I shouldn't have jumped in the way I did. I dare say you were starting to get the hang of it there at the end. I thought it would be a simple enough task to follow Lorraine's lead, but when that savage creature stared me down, it was too flustered to put what I had learned into practice. Indeed. It is not the strength of your magic that is the issue. You simply must learn to compose yourself. What did you think, Lorraine? Are there any other words of wisdom you might offer me? Believe in yourself and all will be fine. Lorraine's not mean. Thank you. I'm sure you're right. I can't allow my foe to break my concentration like this. Anyhow, let me try once more. This time will go better, I promise you. Well, let's see what we got. Round 2. Yes, the boy will be fine. I must stay my hand. Oh, we did it! Way to go! I like it. I did it! The battle is won! That's how you wallop a Wolverine. Well done, lad. I'm proud I could be here for your first victory. You're far too kind. I couldn't have done it without you and Lorraine here to show me the way. You have my thanks. But don't let up now, boy. You must keep battling until all that you've learned becomes second nature. Now, are you ready? That was rather more difficult than I expected. And yet, thanks to you and Sarek, I feel like I can hold my own on the battlefield now. I'd have to agree. The way you made short work of that last critter, I'd say it's time you find a more worthy foe. Let's return to Mortsuk and plot our next course of action. Oops, wrong way. Overshot my landing a little bit. It's proven the perfect mentorship for the boy, Lorraine. Hells, I dare say our old Sarek here could learn a thing or two from you. Ah, shucks. You've taught him not only how to wield his spells in battle, but how to maintain his focus in the face of danger. With those fundamentals under his belt, it's just a matter of time and practice till he's ready to face Phronesis. I promise you, my friends, I will not let you down. Now, if you'll excuse me, I best go and write down all I've learned today while it's fresh in my memory. Such passion and determination. This must be the boy he always was, before his time beyond the rift stole from him his memories and his spirit. He devotes himself to his training that he might help us fell Phronesis and bring his friend a measure of salvation. There's no telling what course the battle will take, but I suspect the boy will be forced to confront his past head-on. It will not be easy for him, yet I believe it is a necessary step for him in order to forge himself a new future. For Tainer's sake, and for the sake of those who call Amarang home, we must triumph in this battle. Not to mention for the sake of our coin purses, eh? At any rate, I will leave you to your training and return to my own. The final confrontation is close at hand, and we must be ready. Alright. Time for the final one. Sarek worries for Tainer, who has been acting strangely of late. Well, look who's back, and looking more imposing than ever, I might add. You'll be pleased to know that Tainer's command of his magics has advanced by leaps and bounds since you've left. He says he's finally convinced he can hold his own against Phronesis. Truth be told, I worry about the boy. As devoted as he is to his training, I can't help but notice a sad, uneasy look in his eyes from time to time. He insists it's nothing, of course, but I remain unconvinced. As a fellow mage, perhaps you could succeed in reaching out to him where I failed. He should be around here somewhere. Go and find him, and see if you can't offer him a few words of support. Won't you? hello there, Lorraine. Is there something I can do for you? Sir was worried about me, you say? That's kind of him. I assure you I'm completely fine. I owe so much to the both of you. You brought me back from beyond the rift, took me under your wing, trained me and comforted me to the point that my memories and my magic have both returned. I am finally ready to face my old friend in battle, and it's all because of you. And yet, there is a fear growing inside me, a fear that threatens to consume me. In my studies, I have learned much about the Sin Eaters. I learned how those who fall to the most powerful Sin Eaters, like Phronesis, become Sin Eaters themselves, doomed to live out their days as mindless and holy abominations. If I were to lose my focus in battle, and you or Sirig suffered the same fate as Nilebert, the only three friends I have known in this world, if I lost you all, how could I ever live with myself again? This thought, it shakes me to my very core. Falter, worry not for us. Think only of Nilebert. So you're saying that I should free my mind of distractions and focus on the task at hand? Perhaps you're right. Worrying endlessly about things beyond my control only serve to break my focus. Thank you, friend. The task is a daunting one, but I will trust in myself and in the strong and gentle friends who stand by my side. Nothing would make me happier than to help Nilebert find peace, but that is not the only reason I fight this battle. I must repay you and Sirig for all you have given me. Not only did the two of you bring me back to this world, you have instilled me with a newfound sense of purpose. And yet, when the battle is done, you will leave this place. You will embark on new adventures with new companions. Worry not, I will not hold you back or stand in your way. There is another reason I must fight this battle. I must prove to you, to all three of my friends, that I am strong enough to get by on my own. Be strong, Tainer. You can do this. Sorry, perhaps got a little carried away there. In any event, we should go tell Sirig that I'm ready. Oops. Back, I see. I was starting to get worried. I trust this means you're ready to do battle with Phronesis? I am. Let us put an end to this nightmare, and set Nilebert and the people of this land free. That's the spirit. Alright, the plan is to lure Phronesis to us by the same method as last time. We will venture to the central hills of Amber, a safe distance away from the city, and Tainer will summon forth a hollow. It should only be a matter of time before our quarry arrives. I believe our chances are best if we can lure Phronesis to a wide open space where we will have complete freedom to maneuver. The hills of Amber should suffice. If you are ready, let us away at once. I'm ready. I know this in a dust storm. The title is Smear Night. sync in effect. If you're above the maximum allowed level, it would be synced as follows. Level 80, item level 420. Phew, let's hope my... Now you're probably going to see how bad of a black mage I really am. Over there! It's him! Yes, I knew you would come. I guess we won't be needing this anymore. Oh, we can close it. And he banished it. Give it up, Nilebert. My spells are more than a match for your own. These are my friends. I will not let you take them. Do you hear me, Nilebert? Your long nightmare and ours shall end this day. See, like I said, I am not a natural born caster. You're getting there. Got him. Got him, got him, got him. Well, let's see what we got going on here. There is his crystal. Nilebird's crystal. Forgive me, Tainer. Far and wide did I travel with my companions, all the while searching for our way. any way at all to bring you back to this world. And yet, in the end, it was all in vain. He's here now. Though I treasured the adventures I had with Ardbert and the others, my choice that fateful day forever haunted me. What if I had run off with the stone and used its powers to rescue you as I had always intended? What adventures might we have shared? I sunk into the depths of despair and felt myself a wretch for doing so. For by what right do I pity myself when it was I who consigned you to a far more cruel and tragic fate? Whatever pain, whatever loss on you is nothing compared to what you suffered, and what you still suffer. Abandoned by your only friend, cast adrift in a cold, dark void until the end of time. Yes, no doubt you are still out there beyond the rift, cursing my name to this very day. Aww. It's not true, Nilebert. I'm right here. And yet, even if you despise me with every fiber of your being, even still, I would give anything to see you just one last time. You could curse me, revile me, rain fists and magics down upon me. It would all be worth it just for the chance to say, I'm sorry. Damn it, Shadowbringers! Stop it, Nilebert. Please, stop saying those things. Even after you had your mind, your heart, your very humanity ripped from you, you still for all these years kept searching for me. Shadowbringers! How could I ever hate my best friend? Damn it. Don't you see, old friend? It was Lorene here who brought me back to this world, but it was you who guided her to me. You have suffered long enough, my friend. I can take care of myself now. You need to worry about me no longer. So please, rest peacefully. There he goes. His shade. Man. Shadowbringers! What's that? Over at last. You don't need to explain it to me. I know that the Nilebert we saw was just a memory, a reflection from the crystal. That my friend truly passed years and years ago. And yet, even if those words will never reach Nilebert, simply saying them allows you to give me a measure of peace. Gave me a measure of peace. I have no regrets today. But we should be getting back to town before any more citizens take notice of us, yes? I'll say, After that battle, I could use a rest, and I reckon the rain here could as well. Shall we head back to more soup? Pay 100 gil just to get through there, back there a little bit quicker. I'm not gonna be ready for 5.3, aren't I? Here it is, right here. Right there, in the name of the light. Well, if it isn't the woman of the hour, I'm happy to report that tales of our triumph are already spreading across town like wildfire. Word has it the merchants are so grateful that they intend to sweeten the bounty with a generous personal reward. My friends, I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, Nilebert has found peace, and I can finally close the book on this chapter of my past. Every day I thank the gods for having brought us together. The feeling's mutual, lad. To be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect when you popped out of that hole, but it's been a pleasure having you at our side. So tell me, now that you've made peace with your past, what do you plan to do with your future? You and Lorraine have trained me well, and I am quite confident that I can hold my own on the battlefield. Perhaps I will travel the land and see if I might use my abilities to help those in need. If I didn't know better, I'd think those were the words of someone twice your age. If that's truly your intention, then I have something of a plan. First, I'll need Lorraine here's permission. It's just a thought I had, but let's say we give the lion's share of the bounty to Tainer here. I reckon he needs it more than we do, and besides, we couldn't have won the battle without him. But of course. I'm not hurting for Gil right now. I knew you'd feel the same. It's the least we could do to help the boy forge a path and a future for himself. Friends, I could never take advantage of your kindness like that. Think nothing of it. It's not easy for a boy your age to make his way in the world, and this is the least we can do. Think of it as a parting gift from your brother and sister in arms. Thank you, Zurich. Thank you, Lorraine. As long as I live, I will never forget your generosity. Finally, I have one last proposal for you, if you're keen to hear it. There's this bounty hunter I know. He can hold his own with a bow, but he's always thought he could take on bigger marks if he had a skilled mage at his side. If you're looking for a partner, that is. Aww. He's a softie. He probably won't admit it, but he's a softie. Sarah, you could not possibly mean. Of course I'm saying it. So what will it be? Yes, 1,000 times yes. Why, nothing would make me happier. I suppose that settles it. Welcome aboard, lad. I've got a feeling that this is only the beginning of a rewarding relationship. On that note, I do believe my new partner and I are off to the Crystarium to find ourselves a new mark. If it's not too much to ask, why don't you join us there? I still owe you your share of the bounty, and I reckon it'd be a good place to say our proper farewells. Ay, ay, ay. Goodness gracious. Shadowbringers! Ah, the majestic Crystarium theme. I love it. It's been a little more than a year now, and oh my gosh, I still can't forget the ride that I was on. Trouble loading assets here. Must be busy. Ah, Lorraine. Glad you could join us. Tina and I just arrived a short while ago ourselves. Lorraine's keen on starting his new life as a bounty hunter, to say the least. He's got no end of questions, that one. There's only so much I can teach him. The rest he'll have to learn from experience. And so I intend to do what I can to show him the world and keep him safe. So, don't worry about us. Between my bow and his magics, I reckon we'll be able to hold our own out there. That said, should we ever find ourselves on the trail of a particularly nasty foe, I hope you not be adverse to lending us your strength once more. Yes, somehow I have a feeling it won't take another 100 years for our paths to cross again. Until then, friend, stay sheltered in the shade. Aww. Speaker for the wise. Shadow walk with me. Is a new one? That might be the final quest. But for right now, I am going to end this stream. I might return tonight with that final quest. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you probably not long from now, actually. I just need a little bit of a break. But you all take care. And, bye.